everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to work in Botanicum by Maria Trolle. This is the special edition that was released in the US. I believe it might have been US only. I'm not really sure. We are going to color in this today, and I'm going to be using the Derwent, the 72 set of the Derwent Inktense, and this will be the first page that I've actually colored in them with, aside from testing them out in a Joanna Basford book. I think that they're going to work really well in this book because of the paper. The paper in these books are fabulous. So this is what I'm going to color. I don't know about you guys, but it's giving me all kinds of fall vibes. I love the little pumpkin, and I was just kind of in the mood to color a pumpkin because I could kind of really experiment with these, with laying more color down, laying the color down and then letting it dry after it's activated with the water, and then reapplying and kind of layering the ink that is in the pencils. I thought that this would be a great page to work on, especially since it is the fall season. Please do make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also turn on your bell notifications so that you always get notified every time I post a new video, because I have a lot coming for y'all, and we are also going to continue with my adult Coloring for Beginners series, which y'all seem to be loving. If you would like to see all those videos, make sure you're subscribed and you have your bell notifications on so that you always get notified when I post a new video. Also, if you enjoy this video, please do give it a thumbs up, because that really helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get into coloring this page. I am going to just take a piece of paper first. I've got a piece of cardstock. It's a pretty heavy piece of cardstock, and I'm going to lay it under my page just because we're going to be using water, and I don't want it to go through and mess up something on the other side that I may want to color later. And I have already swatched out all the colors. I've already got my colors all swatched out. You guys should have already seen that video because this one will follow. So I'm going to, here, let's look at this and let's choose our colors first and see what we might want to. I want to color the pumpkin first because I'm just really having fall vibes, and this page is just perfect, and I just really wanted to color a pumpkin. But I'm loving this cadmium orange right here, and also this burnt orange would be so pretty. And then we probably need something in the darker range, like maybe some of this baked earth over here. So let me go ahead and put some colors together and I'll let you know what I chose. Okay, so I ended up choosing my baked earth, saddle brown, and golden yellow. And if we look at those on the swatch sheet right here, here's my baked earth, and here's the saddle brown. And then the golden yellow is up here towards the top with the yellows. And I added in that golden yellow just because I want to see how these are going to blend together. And so I really wanted some variation in color, as I would if I was using my colored pencils. So let's go ahead and start, I think, with the darkest color. And I'm going to come up here and color at the top and just start laying in the color. When you add water to these and you activate them, the color just really pops out and becomes so much more vibrant and deeper than it was when you lay it down like this. So I'm going to work on kind of blending these just as I would if I was using just my typical colored pencils. And then I am going to come back with my mid-tone, which is my saddle brown. And I'm going to add some of that in there. Oh, wait, you know what? This was supposed to be my darker shade. It's so hard to tell with these because they have blue, so I'm just going to go over. Yeah, the barrels are blue, so it's kind of difficult to tell with these. And see, I should have known because I just got done saying that my saddle brown was my darkest color. Yeah, and then the baked earth is going to be my middle color, but that's okay. Y'all remember what I said about you've never messed up, everything is always fixable. So I'm just going to go over it, and it may even look better because it may even add in more of a color variation in the spaces that I needed it. And probably pull the colors through with one another. So I'm going to come back with that color now, and I'm going to kind of pull some of that out. These go down so nicely. And remember, I still have my lightest color to come back with, and it's very bright yellowy orange in tone. But over here on this side, I think that I want a little bit less reflection and less light. So here I come with my, what color is this? Golden yellow. And I'm just kind of adding this in the areas where I didn't already add any color. I'm wondering if these are going to be faster to color with than as if I was using my regular, you know, your typical colored pencil like a Prismacolor or something. So let me get my water brush, and I am going to use, I've got these Derwent water brushes that you've probably seen in the previous videos, and I have the 1, 2, and 3. The 1 is the really skinny one. So since I've got really small areas in here, I think that I'm going to use that one. And then I have my napkin because I'm going to need to be wiping the tip of the brush off. Now when you lay this, you start with the lightest color and you move out because you don't want to pull the darker color into the lighter color. So let's try this and see what happens. You see how I did that? And since I'm over here where the dark, I'm going to try to kind of pull some of this darker in to the other colors, and you kind of have to try to work a little bit quickly because you don't want it to dry, because once it dries you cannot reactivate it. It is as it is. So it's okay to go from the lighter color into the darker color, but be very careful where you're pulling the darker colors into the lighter ones if you don't want them placed there. And I think I need a little bit more water. And I'm going to pull some of this darker down into the lighter. Oh my gosh, these are amazing. These are so cool. You guys have no idea how long I've been wanting these. Or maybe you do, I don't know. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I'm going to activate the rest with water over here on the far edge, and I'm going to come in the center first because I want to make sure that I don't pull the wrong color in. I want my highlight to stay there. Seems to be working fairly well. I'm going to come in and activate all the darker areas up here. I think that worked fairly well. There's a little bit down here that I didn't activate. Of course, after it dries, I'm going to come back and add a little bit more. So let's go ahead and do that again on another area of the pumpkin. Up here towards the top, where of course at the top you're going to have more shadows. I bet this, nope, it's not my darkest color. The tips do not match the color on the lead. So if you get these, be aware of that, because that's why I keep picking up the wrong color, but it's okay. Now I have this little broom down here. I don't want to, of course it's going to be darker around this area. Probably won't have much of the more yellow color down in there, and I kind of want a lot of reflection in here, I think. You guys will have to tell me in the comments if you've been thinking about getting these pencils. And see, I'm kind of coloring with them the way that I would with my Prismacolors, you know, or another colored pencil. Just to see what happens. Down here on the ground, there's going to be, of course, less light. So let me come back with my baked earth and try to kind of pull some of that through. I want much more yellow, I think, in this area, so I'm just gonna, maybe not so much in here. And let's pull some of that down. Of course, when I activate it with water, it's going to pull it together much more. Even if you're just using these and you're not going to necessarily activate them with water, which I don't know why you would want to do that. I would just get regular color pencils if I was going to do that. But if you want them for that reason, I know a few of you in my Facebook group have asked me about that. I would say that they do blend together very nicely. But you can see the difference once you add that water. It just, I mean, look at the difference. It just makes such a big difference when you add the water. And that is what they're meant for. Okay, time for water. Okay, so like I said earlier, I'm going to start with the lightest color. And I'm going to pull that lightest color into the darker color because I don't want to pull that darker color back into the lighter one. So if you don't want to pull the lighter color back in, then just be careful with what you're doing. I'm going to wipe my brush and then I'll come back to the lighter color and pull that one in towards the darker color. I think I need a little bit more water. Oh yeah, look at the difference when you really have a good amount of water, and the paper in these books is really working well with these. And it's handling the water very well, actually. And this little small brush is working quite well. Even though I did go out of the lines in a couple places, but you guys know I always tell you that's okay. Look how pretty. Now I want to show you how you could add another layer on top, but I'm not sure. It feels like it's dry. So maybe we can go ahead and try that. And I've got my darkest color. I got the right one this time. And I'm going to just put a little bit of water on my brush. I'm going to keep my napkin close to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of get some of this color onto my water brush. I don't know if I showed you at the beginning of this video, but I'm a couple of videos behind, and I know that I have showed in other videos, but the way that you use these water brushes is you just kind of squeeze up here at the top, and the water will come down to the bottom, to the tip, and that's how they work. They're very easy. So you could do it like this and just add some more color in. Look how cool. Maybe I need a darker brown. See, if this was live, you guys could just answer me and tell me what to do. Do I need a darker brown? Be like, what do y'all think? Oh yeah, I'm just talking to a camera. Okay. And then I want to come in here and place more of that. I think I'm going to get a darker brown, honestly. Because I don't feel like... Yeah, that looks better. Maybe I just didn't have enough pigment on my brush. Oh, there we go. Look at that. These are very cool. I want a lot more up in this area. And then down in the bottom here. And I'm trying not to go out of the lines here. And then under here, under this window, because you know around where the window is, it should be a little bit darker. We'll see, now I need to pull this through a bit with my lighter color, so I really need to get moving so that way it doesn't dry. Because yeah, see, once it dries, then you're kind of out of luck, I guess. I'm sure I could always come back and fix it if I wanted to with a colored pencil. I'm also trying to be careful of how much I lay onto this paper because it is just coloring book paper. So let's come back in here in the center where I've got the highlights. I've brushed off my brush, and I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to add more here. See how it just gets so much more vibrant as you lay more color on top? So pretty. And I'm going to do the same up here. And over here. These do take quite a bit of a learning curve, but once you get them and you understand how they work and you practice a little bit, they are quite fun, and it's always fun exploring with a new medium. And I think I'm laying too much water now in those areas, so. Yeah, see, I think it's just all about playing with them and see what they can do. And maybe in here a little bit. And you can always come back and activate this with more water. And it will just lay right over the dried area. Oh, I love how they just kind of, I can't explain it, but they kind of feel like chalky, I guess, when they lay down. And they kind of just pull together, the colors. It's really super cool. But I am sure that I will get this if I sit here and just play with them a little bit, because, you know, what do I always tell you guys? Everything is fixable. Don't ever get discouraged, because it's art and it's your art. And don't ever feel like you messed up, because whatever you think is a mess up is your art to someone else. See now how it's just really coming together, and I might not even come back with water and activate this at all because I really like the way it looks. But I really just wanted to come on camera and use these a little bit for y'all because I've been asked and asked and asked again, and I hadn't gotten around to it yet. And I wanted to play with them a little bit, but of course playing with them now is just really making a world of difference. So maybe I just needed to do it on camera, because these are fabulous. And everything I'm doing now, like I said, I may not even activate it. I may just leave it the way it is because it looks super cool. And then let me come back with my other color, my medium color, just to give it a little more color variation here. Oh yes, I love these. Oh my goodness, look at that. And it's like I don't want to come back and activate it with water. Maybe I should try, because I could always go over it again just so you guys can see what it looks like. Oh my goodness, I love these. Look at that. Oh y'all, I'm officially obsessed. Officially. I think I was before though. These are so amazing. And remember what I said about pulling the darker colors into the lighter colors. Be very careful about where you're doing that if you don't want them pulled in. But right here where I made these lines, wow, very cool. And remember, this is like my second time using these. And the first time was just for a few minutes in a Joanna Basford book. Oh, and the time before that when I tested them out. So you can use them and learn how to use them and learn how to use them the right way. I'm sure that I still have a lot of room for improvement, and I know that there is a lot more that you could do with these than what I showed you. But they are pretty cool. And I'll probably even come back with colored pencil, and I will do a little bit more. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish the pumpkin, but I wanted to just show you guys how they work. Now, if you saw, I laid down one layer and I activated it. It dried, and then I was able to come back over, and I was even able to be a little bit artistic with them and come back and draw in some different lines and everything, and kind of put a little bit of, like in here where I put in a little bit of dimension and definition and whatever, just to create a little bit more depth within the pumpkin and make it look a little bit more realistic. I was able to do that, and then just to test it, I was going to leave it like that, but just to test it, I came back and I tried it out with putting water on it, and it just kind of pulled the dark into the light, which was really, really cool. So I will try more and have more videos coming to you with these Derwent Inktense. I am going to look and see where the cheapest price is, because you guys know I'm all about saving money, but I will figure out where they are the best deal right now, and I'm going to post those links down in the down bar or the description down below for you guys in case you're interested in getting your own. Please do make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn your bell notifications on so that you always get notified every time I post a video, especially if you want to continue seeing the next videos in the series when I play with these pencils some more. I am also now on Patreon, and I will have the link down in the description as well for that, so that y'all can come and support me over there if you would like to. I have big plans for my Patreon, or for my patrons, and I plan to bring you a lot more content than just what you're seeing on this YouTube channel. So I would appreciate your support over there as well. And I hope you all have a great day. Happy coloring. Bye.